Join me as I dive into ancient Indian secrets and see if I can uncover ways to save our pollinators. In today's fast-paced world, we often overlook the wisdom of traditional practices that have been perfected over centuries. But what if I told you that ancient Indian secrets hold the key to saving our precious pollinators? From bees to butterflies, these tiny creatures are the backbone of our ecosystem, and their decline is a major concern. But before we dive into the ancient Indian secrets, let's first understand the gravity of the situation. Pollinator populations have been declining at an alarming rate, with some studies suggesting a 40% decline in bee populations over the past decade. This is a crisis that goes beyond just the environment. It has severe implications for our food security. Without pollinators, our crops would struggle to reproduce, leading to widespread famine and economic instability. The consequences are dire, and it's time we take action. The decline of pollinators is a complex issue with multiple factors at play. Habitat destruction, pesticide use, climate change, the list goes on. But amidst all the negativity, there's a glimmer of hope. By looking to the past, we can find innovative solutions to this modern problem. Ancient Indian agricultural practices, for instance, were inherently sustainable and biodiversity-friendly. They didn't just focus on producing food, but also on preserving the ecosystem as a whole. In ancient India, farmers didn't rely on monocultures or synthetic pesticides. Instead, they grew a diverse range of crops which attracted a wide variety of pollinators. They also used natural pest control methods like introducing beneficial insects into their fields. This approach not only reduced pest populations but also promoted biodiversity. It's a stark contrast to the industrial agricultural practices we see today, which prioritize short-term gains over long-term sustainability. One ancient technique that really caught my attention is the use of push-pull farming. This approach involves planting certain crops alongside others to repel pests and attract beneficial insects. For example, planting marigolds alongside tomatoes can deter nematodes, which are harmful to tomatoes. It's a simple yet effective technique that promotes a healthy ecosystem. In ancient India, there's a fascinating story about the importance of pollinators. The story goes that a group of bees once approached the great sage, Agastya, and complained about the destruction of their habitats. Agastya, moved by their plight, advised the local villagers to plant more flowers and trees to support the bees. This ancient wisdom is still relevant today, and it's a powerful reminder of our responsibility towards the natural world. In another ancient Indian text, the Veda, there's a detailed description of how to create bee-friendly habitats. The text advises farmers to plant a variety of flowers that bloom at different times, ensuring a constant source of nectar for bees throughout the year. It's incredible to think that ancient Indians had a deeper understanding of pollinator ecology than many modern-day farmers. As we look to the future, it's essential that we integrate ancient practices into our modern conservation strategies. By combining traditional wisdom with modern technology, we can create a more sustainable food system that prioritizes biodiversity and ecosystem health. The connection between ancient practices and modern solutions is undeniable, and it's time we start embracing this wisdom. So, what do you think about these ancient Indian secrets? Do you know of any traditional practices that support pollinator health? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to check out my other videos on environmental topics.